What's up, nerds? Today we're going to be talking about how well beta is selling on the second. But I'm not going to tell you, number go up. Look, expensive. First off, we're going to talk about how many boxes and cases have been sold between TCG Player and eBay, then how many of some of the general staples have been selling between beta and alpha, and then we're going to talk about how much money certain cards have made for sellers on TCG Player. Now, since TCG Player recently got Sorcery on the website, we have all the data since the beginning, so this is pretty cool, pretty nice. Single boxes sold on TCG Player has made it all the way up to 1,212. Several people are buying 6 or 12 or 18, so I'm going to hit you with a little fun fact. People are assholes. They may have opened their cases, found their huge hits in some of the boxes, and put the others up for sale. So if you're gonna buy 6 or more, you should really just buy a sealed case. It'll be worth more later on, and you know it hasn't been gone through. 57 cases have been sold, which is 342 boxes, and an insane amount of precons at 779. That's like a lot of avatars, dude. Now, eBay is a wildly different beast, and by beast I mean kitten compared to TCG Player. 36 boxes. It's just cases and more cases and some boxes and then precons. Speaking of cases, only 31 of those have sold, and the precons are only at 24. Yo, eBay fell off. Look at this boomer ass website. Now witness this, for I have made it for your eyeballs. So this chart I made here with the numbers are what these beautiful gents told me are considered staples. So big thanks to them, unless you hate it, in which it's their fault. As you can see from this, beta is absolutely crushing in single sales on TCG Player. Even the pricey uniques are selling a couple hundred copies, and most of them are unique purchases. Yes, pun intended. Some people grab a couple or a few, but most are single buys. It's really nice to see people making decks. Oddly to me, though, Earth, I thought, was the most popular element, but is the lowest selling core. Amethyst is being number 1 and followed by Aqua, but not a huge margin. Aqua is in second place. And in my opinion, it is the most beautiful of the 4 stones, but I thought it was considered the weakest element, so I think that's pretty interesting. Moving on, looking at Elite sales, basically double, which makes sense, right? Because you can have 2 in a deck. Earthquake is at 517, Grandmaster Wizard is at 496, and Infiltrate is at a good 662. But then you see Violent, and you're like, yeah, you can play 4 of them, right? The numbers should double again, right? It makes sense. Until you look at it, until you check out the sell history. These people are buying 54 to 81 copies of this damn card. If you're new to TCGs, maybe you want to buy and sell, you probably shouldn't try to predict what cards are going to skyrocket. This isn't financial advice, but let's say there's 81 copies. He bought them at $3.80 a piece. That's $307.80. There are 125,310 copies of this card in alpha alone. I know it's Frank himself, but if you think a card with that many copies is going to be worth $10 20 years from now, you're crazy. Even if it made it to $10 a card in 3 years, that's only about a $503 increase in value. Are you really willing to risk $307 for 3 years of time to not even break $1,000 when you could, after taxes, get one of each of the cores for $282? And even if the game survives, this would be no chance these cards don't go up in value, right? I'm just saying, bro. Finally, I wanted you to see how much cash a few cards brought in. At nearly 500 sales, Grandmaster Wizard brings in about $2,500. Highland Princess brings in about $6K on its own. Not bad at all. Now, let's look at the high dollar cards. Ruby Core on its own brought in just over $20,000 since November. Cream of the crop, the Big Mama Llama Drama, Dr. Phil Stone, bringing in nearly $46,000. Wowee. This is beta. This is not alpha. That's purely beta numbers. I think it is pretty safe to say people are playing Sorcery. Hundreds of the most popular cards are being brought. Plenty of ordinaries being sold in groups of 4. With all the tourneys popping up and so many people buying beta, I'm feeling pretty confident about Sorcery's future. How about you?